Hello everyone, welcome back to the first podcast episode of 2025. This is episode 9 and I'm joined by some very special guests today. We have...
Gabe Chavarría, ex-student.
That's so sad. I'm also ex-student too. As you can tell by our visitor passes.
Yeah, no longer the year 13.
No.
Did you have a black lanyard last year?
I had
a yellow one. I wasn't.
Yeah, mine was black because it was like.
Because you were like head
one.
prefect. Yeah. So you're not in the yellow one anymore.
No.
Is it nostalgic being back?
Yeah, it's weird because in some ways we come back onto the campus, and it's like we never left. But then at the same time, there's then you see random things like the volleyball courts, all these strange colors, or you see the head teacher who wasn't the head teacher before, and it's just different.
Yeah, for me it's a bit the same, but I guess I don't have such a big shock because I was working here, so I was seeing the volleyball being changed and the basketball court being changed as well. But meeting the new head teacher was a bit weird.
Yeah.
Not seeing Ms. Minway there anymore.
Yeah.
So yeah, it is nostalgic in a way, but also not nostalgic.
Yeah. Oh God, I just forgot my question. I had a really good question. Okay. Do you guys miss Sunnyview, or are you glad to be gone?
I miss being here in the sense of I miss being with my friends and seeing everyone, and being just in Spain and Malaga in general. But I don't really miss the classes, to be honest, because I prefer what I'm doing a lot more now.
Yeah.
I find it much more interesting and it's just a lot more fun than everything that I was doing here. So I miss it more in the nostalgic case, you know, than the actual academic way.
Yeah, that's fair. I do miss the classes in the sense that, let's see, I had some really good small classes with really good teachers, and we were close to them. Like in English Lit with Miss McDonald, Miss McKean, a drama, Mr. Edwards. My bio teacher was really nice too. German, when I did German with Miss Malley, they were so small, the classes were so small, and we liked the teacher, so I miss it in that sense. I have some really small classes now, which is nice too. But yeah, I miss the people and then miss a place. We spent 15 years here, so it's kind of hard not to miss.
Yeah, I was gonna ask when did you guys join? How long were you at Sunnyview?
When we graduated, it was our we'd spent 15 years because we came when we were 3. Yeah.
Yeah, I was in.
So you guys are OGs.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, been here for very, very long time, too long to be honest. It was good to have a change and go somewhere else to be honest.
Yeah, no. It was the kind of thing where in some ways I miss it. Some days I'll be thinking about it and it's more nostalgic, more than, it's not thinking oh, I want to go back.
Yeah.
I'll go back to visit, of course, but I don't want to be back at Sunnyview because it's time to move on after 15 years. But it is it's a comfort thing,
So then did you find the transition difficult because you've never changed schools if you've been here since you were 3?
No, I found it quite easy to be honest. Because the first day I got there, my roommates were already there, so I just met them, and then I went to orientation the same day, and I met all the friends that they'd already seen, met there. So it's quite an easy transition, and they're quite, at least in the university I'm in, they're quite good with helping you. So I didn't find it too hard.
Really?
No, not really.
In no way,
No, not at all. Not at all. Why did you find it hard?
I found it hard in some ways. I think it was hard in the sense that I got there and then a week in before you've established anything for yourself, they throw all these classes and all this work at you, and so you're trying, it's a weird balance between trying to create a new life and home for yourself and also being completely, I don't know, you're suddenly flooded with all this work that you have to do. It depends, I guess, on how, because you said that you found that at the start at least your work was pretty manageable because there was a lot of stuff you'd done.
Yeah.
But I was taking chemistry, which I hadn't taken since year 11, right? And it was different, and so for me personally, I was kind of stressed a little bit about the work, and so having that and not being able to just focus on meeting people and figuring out what my place was there, that was kind of tough. But then over time, it gets easier for sure.
Yeah, and just so our listeners know, what university do you guys go to, and what are you studying?
I'm studying mechanical engineering in Cork in MTU. And what do
I'm at Barnard College in New York. I'm not studying anything yet in the sense that the US doesn't quite work that way. You don't have to choose a course before you go in. You have time to like sample from different classes and then choose a major or a double major, a major and a minor, whatever you want. But you don't actually have to declare your major officially until the spring of your second year. So you have time. I know. I'm trying to do, I think my plan right now is I'm going to try and do a double major in biology and theater. And to do that, I do have to kind of like know now, and I've like planned out how it's going to work in terms of classes, because it's like more things to combine.
They're like very different as well.
They're very different, yeah. But I like
double major is insane.
I can't like choose though. It's like this semester I did this one acting class, and then I don't know. I know I love biology too, so it's like I can't quite choose between the two yet. So so I don't have to like officially declare it yet, but in this specific situation, like I do kind of have to know, because if not, I wouldn't be able to graduate on time.
Yeah. Thanks for clearing that up, because sometimes I'm watching American movies and I don't understand why they're not like studying a specific thing at university, and I'm so confused.
It's really confusing, I think, for European people, because here it's like, I think in most of Europe you have to like apply for what you're going to do.
You have to apply for what you're doing. Because then how does it work with grades? Because you say you take like a class in chemistry, but you haven't done it since year 11. Did you like find that difficult to catch up with other people?
It was tough, but at the same time, like, it's designed in a way where, like, if you've never taken, like, it's supposed to be that if you've never taken chemistry at all throughout high school, you're supposed to be able to take that class and do well. And so they do, and it's not so much that I think the level is not what it should be, but more that they like have a lot of good resources to help you out, like a lot of like office hours where you can go ask questions, like little workshops, this and that. So like I went to a lot of those and it helped. I know that like I had a friend who had done chemistry all throughout high school, and so she found the class quite chill, like probably like Gabe in his classes.
You were showing me the stuff, and it's basically just what you guys do in A level.
Exactly.
Do you do chemistry?
Exactly.
No.
Oh, okay. Well, it's just what we do in A level.
Exactly. I had friends who had done like IB chemistry, and they're like, yeah, we did this. So I think the intro chem class is probably like a review of like of A level / like
so
IB
it's like
chemistry.
Speed running A level.
Yeah, but then probably like, because then I would have to take organic chemistry, and that would probably go more into like more to depth, and then like all the every like next class that you take will be more advanced. Yeah.
It's giving me PTSD about organic chemistry. Oh my god.
What was the biggest shock for you at uni?
Just the freedom, to be honest.
Really?
I mean, yeah.
You're always quite free, though.
Yeah, but in the sense of, like, the teachers, like, they don't really care about you, you know?
Yeah?
Like, if you ask questions, they'll answer it great, but if you don't, then they won't get you to ask you questions, you know, they'll just go through it. And if you don't know and you don't ask, then it's your problem, you know?
Yeah.
And you have to have the initiative to ask, to not be afraid to ask a question in front of 60 people you don't know.
Oh, because your classes are big, no?
You have, like, 60 people in my lectures, you know? And I think that's not too big.
That big, no.
No, because I know some of the ones I'm applying to have like over 200.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
but compared to here, where there's like maximum 10 in a class.
And that's like a big class.
Those
that's
are the
full.
big classes.
Yeah.
You know, so. But if you have no problem with that, then it's fine.
Fair. Yeah. Biggest shock. I'm trying to think. One thing at first was kind of like living on campus, because it's like, you're suddenly like you're living at your school. You're like, huh? What? Like I don't get to go home. It's weird. It's like a shock in the sense that like, I don't know, like finding like the balance between like work life. You know what I mean? Like if it's easy, and like I leave my dorm, and in like if I like leave the residence hall, I can walk to the library in like 30 seconds. Like it's right there. So it's kind of a shock in that sense. You know?
You're in the library all day long. Also, another thing was, sounds weird, but like just doing groceries and just doing stuff that your parents used to do, you know? Because you're like, damn, it actually takes quite a bit of time.
Yeah.
You know, and effort to have to go do these things, like have to walk, be like 25 minutes there. So it'll be like, maybe take 3 hours to do the shopping.
Really?
You know, so that's like a big chunk of my day already.
Yeah.
So.
Do you do shopping like once a week?
Yeah, once a week. Because if not, then I'm going to be going every day, an hour walk. Yeah. Crazy. Just a waste of time if I do that.
Yeah.
So just, But it's just those small things, you know, that you don't really realize gets done for you all the time.
Do you have like a trolley to put all your groceries in?
No?
No,
I just have to take everything in the bags.
Oh, you should get a little trolley like the grandmas here.
My mom has one of those.
Yeah, I get one.
To take on the No, I don't. I normally empty my school bag, put some stuff in there, and then buy other bags as well.
Fair.
What's your living situation like? Do you have like a roommate? Are you on, like you said, you're on campus, but are you like, so that's student accommodation or like your own flat?
So I'm in a student accommodation right next to campus. So it's basically on campus. It's they're affiliated with my university, and I have 2 flatmates that I live with. I think
You live in the
that's
same
pretty
room
much-
with them, or just in the same?
No,
sort of
it's
area?
in the same area.
Yeah.
So there's like buildings with flats of 3 people. I'm pretty sure is all of them, and I share with 2 other people.
I have a roommate. So some people, the way it works is like you're either a single, although it's rare, a double, which is most common, or a triple or quadruple.
Oh my god.
So most people are in doubles.
Yeah.
Especially like on my floor. And so I'm with this girl called Elise, and I didn't know her before I went into it. You have the option to like they'll send out a form before you start, so like in the summer, and it's got some basic questions like how like lifestyle kind of like living situation questions, you know, like how clean are you, or like your sleep schedule, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And so I just filled that out and submitted it, and then they match you up. There's an option to like request to be with someone if you know someone, or if you've like met over Instagram. And like a lot of people like go out and try and meet people.
Mara did that, didn't she?
Did she?
Yeah, she did that with her roommate.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought she'd done random.
No.
Really?
She did it, yeah.
Okay. Mar, for the listeners, Mar is, I don't know if the listeners are old enough to remember this, but Mar was here last year. She was also deputy head with me, and then head.
Her picture's still up in sick form. If you follow
Yeah?
her. Yeah, all your pictures are still up in sick form. They just didn't take them down.
Nice. But yeah,
It's hard to let
there's...
us go, isn't it?
I know. But yeah, there's basically, you can choose to like be with someone, but in my case I was like, I'm not going to put in effort to try and meet someone over Instagram and then like not have it be that great anyway, and just like wasting my time. So I just went with the random, and it was good. So we have like we're all on the floor, and then we share like the whole floor shares like a bathroom, and there's like a little lounge area that kind of has like a kitchen, but no one uses it because we're on like meal plans and have swipes for the dining halls and stuff.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
And how many people are there per floor?
So many people have asked me that. I never thought about that before I came here. It's weird because like
How many rooms are there, more or less? Do you know?
I'm trying to think, yeah.
Okay.
Trying to count them in my mind, but I don't know. Because there's basically like, it's this building where it's like 4 residence halls technically that form like a square with like a patio in the middle, like a large patio.
Yeah.
But they all interconnect. So, and there's like 8 floors. On one floor of one residence hall, without counting like the 4 of them, how many rooms?
Like a lot, or
Like, I'm gonna guess 15, maybe?
it's quite a lot.
Yeah, that's quite a...
5,
And there's 2 people in
or
each
maybe
room.
10. Just gotta know. Like,
So it's like 20 or 30 people per...
something like that. But then last time someone asked me, I was like 20 rooms, which would be 40 people, so I don't know.
Okay, so quite
Let's
a few.
say between 10 and 20.
Okay, so quite a lot.
20 rooms.
Okay.
So people,
Double that.
20 to 40, something like that, yeah.
How did you find having a roommate? Have you had a roommate before? Like, do you have a sibling that you'd share with?
No, I mean when I was really little, but not recently. Imagine living with Oliver.
I don't look at me. Not my brother.
It was nice because like being in a new place, like I know that you don't live with someone, but you're like flatmates.
Yeah. Well, I live with them. I just don't have the same room as them.
True, exactly. Which is probably even better because then you like
Yeah,
get
it's
to
very
have
true.
like companionship, but like you're not in each
Yeah,
other's
have my own
faces.
space.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So it's like I found it nice in the sense that like I like just having someone and like you go back and you're not just like alone. It's like it's nice. It's something to get used to in the sense that like I always have to sleep with an eye mask now, which I never did, like a face mask.
Yeah.
Because like my roommate for some reason likes to leave her blind like fully open and be like woken up by the natural light, and also has like a little light thing that like glows when it's like close to her alarm going off. It'll like slowly become brighter and brighter. So I don't know. She likes her light, so I'm like I have to sleep with a face mask. I know.
I would not be able to do that.
No, I can't imagine that.
But it was fine because like basically if you have a roommate you have to accept that there's like a lot of compromising,
Yeah.
and you have to be very open and very understanding. And so like when she told me when we got there and it was the first night and she told me that she liked that, I was like, okay, well what can we do? And I was like, I have this face mask that I just got at the bank, so I might as well just we'll try it out. And then it worked, so it was fine. But it is true that like in terms of like waking up, like sometimes the sleep schedules, that's annoying because like I remember sometimes I would end up going to sleep really late because I had rehearsals and that kind of thing, and she towards the end of the semester especially she started going to sleep really early, which is fine, but then she'd wake up really early, so then it would wake me up. Like, that's the whole sleep schedule thing's the most annoying part about it, but apart from that, it's okay.
I can imagine.
What's it like living like away from your parents?
I find it quite good.
Better?
To be honest.
Worse?
Yeah, not better. Kind of in the spot because my dad's right there. So. No, but it's fine. I don't have any problems with it because I mean I was like, we were talking about this before you guys came, but I was really quite independent before, so I kind of just woke up whenever I wanted. Anyways, just made my breakfast, so it's fine. Now I just have to make lunch and dinner as well as breakfast, you know, instead of it being made for me. But yeah, it's fine because if I miss them, I can just message them or call them every once in a while. So it's not it's not too bad.
Do you not call very much, Gabe?
Every once in a while, maybe once every couple of weeks.
Really? Nice.
So, a bit less maybe.
Nice.
But more or less.
It's different. I think also, like, for me at least, like, being so far away from home, like, after a couple weeks, I was like, oh damn, like, I'm so far away. Like, it kind of hits you at some point.
Different time zone, aren't you? So it's harder.
Yes, and that's the thing. Like, in the mornings, I would wake up, and that would be the time for me to call them. But usually, like, in the mornings is when I'd have stuff going on.
Yeah.
So then it would be harder to do that. And then, like, usually when I most wanted to call was, like, once I got out of my last class, and my classes went to, like, a little bit late this semester, like maybe 5:36. Certain days I'd be, like, in class up to, like, 6:30, and then I would be like, okay, well, like, let's call them, and then it's midnight and they're asleep, so I won't be able to talk. So it was a little bit tough in that sense, but I think it's good. It's like when you leave, you realize that, like, okay, yeah, like, it's different and it's hard in some ways, but you realize that it's, like, very necessary to leave and have your space.
Yeah. What made you pick, like, America and Ireland over Spain or just something closer?
Well, I wanted to leave Spain just to, like, you know, have a different chapter in my life because I've been here my whole entire life until I moved. So it's been like I need something different, different scenery. And I really wanted to go to Denmark because I had family there. But the university I wanted to go to, which was quite good, they took away the English course, and I was like, I don't know Danish. So I was like, well, I have to look for a plan B now, and I just looked to Ireland because they were the next best thing, and I saw Cork, and I was like, oh, looks quite cool, and I chose it.
Wait, I have a question for Gabe.
Yeah.
Do you find the people in Ireland, like in Cork, the Irish people, I don't know, like, do you think that the culture is similar to here? Because I've heard people say that it's similar. No?
Who said it's similar?
Like to Andalusia. A little bit. Like the vibe of the people.
I don't find it that similar at all, to be honest.
No?
Not really.
How would you describe it?
They're very, as much as they don't want to say, I'm probably going to get a lot of trouble for this, but they're quite similar to the English or the British in general.
Okay.
Yeah, they're just completely different to us.
They're not like that at all if they heard you.
Who said that they're similar to Andalusia?
I'd heard people say that multiple times.
Oh.
I don't know.
Well, maybe it's just Cork, but I haven't found it. I mean, yeah, the older people are nice. Like, I guess that's similar, but that's pretty much it.
Okay, fair.
I mean, they like drinking, I guess, like here as well, but that's it. They just start a lot earlier.
Fair.
Which that was hard, but yeah.
Like start their days earlier.
Everything's earlier.
Yeah, because in Spain everyone's always late everywhere.
Yeah. Everything just open a lot later here, which is a lot better. You know, everything closes at 6, so it's like if you have a lesson that finishes at 4 and you want to go to the center, take you like half an hour, maybe an hour, depending on how traffic is.
Yeah. To
get to the center, and you have like an hour to do what you wanted to do before everything closes. You know, so it's a bit.
Everything at 6.
Basically everything.
Really?
Well, all the shops, not all the restaurants and stuff. Obviously, those close.
Yeah, it's similar in the UK as well.
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy.
What about America? What made you pick America?
I kind of always knew I wanted to go to the US if I could, because of the fact that I grew up here. I was born and raised here, and my mom's Spanish, but my dad's from the US. So I knew I wanted to like explore that side of things. If that makes sense. That was pretty much it. Like that's why. Okay, not only that, also the fact that like I was saying before, there's a lot more flexibility in terms of like what you want to study and like the first couple of years being to explore, because I've always been so indecisive. Like I for A levels I took like German, drama, biology, and English lit, you know, so it's like a little bit of everything.
Everywhere.
Yeah, and everyone was always like, what are you doing? But yeah, that was a big thing too, because I wouldn't have been able to choose. I could have chosen before uni, but like it would have been like, you know, flipping a coin.
Yeah, I remember, because you were in between two colleges, right? Barnard, and which one was the other one?
Either Connecticut or American.
I think it was American.
Yeah.
And I was basically like telling you it was either biology or drama, and you're like, no, Gabe, don't say that.
It was not
Don't say
true.
that.
It's not. No, because it's not. Because now I'm going to do a double major, hopefully.
Yeah, well, yeah. It's true.
Yeah. See?
It's true. But I was trying to help you.
Yeah, no. Because American, so there's this other school that I was thinking about that they actually had like a musical theater program.
Mm-hmm.
And the plan there was to do like that with biology. And then at Barnard, they don't have musical theater, but they have theater, so similar.
Yeah.
What's the difference in musical? There's singing as well, or
Yeah, musical theater involves
just
like dance, singing. It's like,
Oh, yeah.
whereas theater is just like,
just acting?
just acting. Well, you can do like, within theater, you can choose to do more acting or more playwriting or directing or costume
yeah.
or lighting, like all that stuff. But yeah, musical theater is more like for actors who are doing musical theater, which involves like acting, singing, and
Oh, so like Broadway and stuff.
yeah.
Broadway's America, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
New
and
York,
then what's the one in London?
West End.
Oh yeah. I always get them confused.
I was lost there too.
Have you seen any Broadway shows?
Like since I got there?
Yeah.
No.
Oh.
I watched, when I was 12, we were visiting family once, and on the way back, we stopped in New York. It was like, it worked out better with the flights. And I got to watch Wicked, which is really cool.
Yeah.
But since I've been there, okay, I watched an off-Broadway show. So right before leaving, I was like, I shouldn't leave without having watched a Broadway show. Like, this doesn't seem right. So I went to like this place where they have cheaper tickets. And I was trying to get tickets, but I was like, oof. The Broadway ones are still expensive, even when they're like 50% off. So I ended up going to like an off-Broadway production of Annie, which was fun.
I remember falling asleep at your Annie production.
I know, Gabe, when I was like 5. When I was like 5, I did Annie at like a community theater in Fukuoka, and Gabe came to watch it with his family, and apparently Gabe fell asleep.
Yeah.
And he'll always remember that and always remind me too.
Quite amusing, to be honest.
What are the parties like? Do you have like because I know in like in American movies they have like across the hallways they got big parties with the red cups. Is that like real? I don't know about party culture in Ireland, but what is it like?
Well, I didn't go to a bunch, but I did. wait.
The party was in the library.
My school does have parties, but the like classic, I feel like the classic parties that you see in like movies and stuff, I did get to go to a couple, but I went when I visited Mar. You guys, so Mar, who I was talking about before, who used to be here last year, I visited her. She's in Vermont, and I took a train to visit her once. It was like around Halloween, and so they had like all the Halloween parties going on. And when I went to her school, like her school's more of a party school too, and the parties there are more like the classic like movie parties, because she's not in the city, and so like the party scene in the U.S., if there's like Greek life, which means like fraternities and sororities, it usually like a lot of the big parties are done by them and like at their houses. And so where in New York they kind of have like houses, there's like a row of houses, and it's like they call it like frat row, and it's like brownstones kind of, but it's not like, you know, a full proper house. And so when I went to visit Mar, they did have like full houses, and that like I walked in and I was like, whoa, I'm in a movie. It was the classic. It was actually crazy. It was like, you know, the classic thing where you see first of all, the parties are kind of trash because you walk in and it's like people don't really dance barely. People are kind of, it's basically super, super packed, and people just stand there with cups that you can't really refill because they don't have, like, it's like whatever you bring yourself, essentially. And you're just kind of standing there. It's too loud to talk to anyone, but no one's dancing either. So it's kind of weird. It's kind of weird. But it was like the classic thing where you walk in, it's packed, like the music, whatever. And then, like, you know where in the movies you always see, like, there's like this staircase going up, and there's some dude sitting there, like, stopping you from like going up the stairs, like that, exactly that. And at Barnard they've got some stuff, but I was more into like, there was this one fraternity that did like jazz nights, which to me sounded more interesting, and so I ended up going to that one. So it was like there's like a jazz band basically that does like, they'll play their set and whatever, and a bunch of people will just be there. It's like very chill. And then after they're done, they'll let anyone go up. So like any of the instruments you can go up to, or like you can sing if you want. So I went to that.
But you play the piano as well?
I didn't play. I sang. But it
I
was.
should play the piano.
I can play for like, not like that.
Okay. Fair enough. Now, my party scene is more going to pubs than having house parties. We had a couple, but that was just like birthday parties and stuff that my friends were doing. And we just went there and we drank and then went to the centre. But yeah, most of it is just the city centre is full of people my age or a bit older as well. Just going in pubs and just drinking away there, to be honest. That's pretty much it.
In New York, people definitely go out to like bars and stuff. But it's like when you're younger, when you're not 21 yet, it's tougher because, you know, they do ID you.
Yeah, because you're still underage.
Yeah, exactly. Like here I'm not, but then there I am. Like, what is this? But yeah, it's kind of tougher when you're younger, but people, especially like the older, like I have some older friends, like seniors, and they're always going out to bars around there.
Surprisingly, also in Cork, there's quite a few bars which are like 21 plus as well, which I found quite strange.
Why?
That's weird.
I don't know, I guess they just don't want kids my age just getting wasted in there. I don't know.
Yeah.
Just breaking stuff, because what I've noticed is that they're not really used to drinking over there.
Really? Like the kids?
Yeah, I mean, because I think they're quite strict over there. They're not like here where they're quite relaxed. So, you know, once they have the freedom, they go all out and they're quite lightweight and they get destroyed.
Yeah, that happens in the US too.
So,
it's like, you notice that. You notice when there's people who like have never had the chance to drink before, and then suddenly they get to college, it's like they go wild.
I mean, that's what you do, what you have to do, isn't it?
How many international students are there, like, compared to... Well, okay, here everyone basically is international, but how did you find that? Like, are there, like, a lot of international students, or are you guys rare?
I've come across more, like, Erasmus students. So most of the international students are Erasmus, which is basically, like, if you don't know, it's basically... So you can either go in the first or second semester, or you can go for the whole year as well. And you swap schools, so I could go. I think in the third year I can go to the States, or I can also go to another country in Europe. So it's like an exchange program, basically, but you don't really exchange; you just go. And those are most of the international students, but there's a lot of like Indian, a big Indian community there. So, and the rest are basically just Irish. I'm one of the. There's like not many international students in my class, for example. When everybody was like, "Oh, you're from Spain," and I was like, "Yeah." They're like, "There's no one. Like, why would you come here?" I don't know. but yeah, that's pretty much the international scene. I feel like you probably have quite a few people, don't you?
Yeah, I was just looking up like the percentage.
Oh, okay.
According to Google, at least it's like 14% international students at Barnard. But it's also very diverse, like ethnically, like people who are American, you know, but like there's diversity within that too.
Yeah, because America's quite a diverse country.
Exactly. And at least like in New York and stuff too, and like that specific school, like there's a lot of diversity for sure. But what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, like I've met a lot of international people, because I also they had this program where a lot of like the international people were able to go like to school at the start of the year before everyone else did. Like we went a week or two before everyone else, and so I got to meet a lot of international people that otherwise might have just like blended in with the crowd. And so I had this one friend, shout out to my friend Gabby and Karen, who are who both speak Spanish, because Karen's from Ecuador and Gabby's from Mexico. And so I've met a few Spanish people, but I've actually spent more time with those two and like spoken Spanish with them, so that's been cool. But no, yeah, there's definitely like quite a few international people.
Fair enough. Yeah, I had a similar thing to you, because when I got there, both my flatmates, they're Erasmus students. So the orientation that I went to was actually for Erasmus students, not really for...
You went with them?
Yeah. So they're like, we had this orientation thing this afternoon, do you want to come? And I was like, yeah, sure. And it was my first day there, I'll go meet so many people. And when I was asking around, they were all like, yeah, I'm 21, 22 from Erasmus. And I'm like, I'm 18 and I'm here for 4 years. So yeah, I was a bit like, I don't think I'm supposed to be here, but But yeah,
Oh my gosh.
that's basically where I met all my friends. So they're all Erasmus students.
So next year you're gonna have to find a completely new set of friends.
Nah, I have my friends in my course,
okay.
but
Okay.
because I hadn't met anyone, like, that was my first few hours there, you know.
Just go to
Yeah,
the next Erasmus orienteering and make new friends.
Yeah, literally.
Just go to all of them.
They were quite funny because all the nationalities had like took photos together. So all the Germans, all the Indians, and
God.
everything, and I was in every single one of those photos, and they posted them online. And you can see, I'm like the Indian, the German, the French, the Italian. Yeah.
Was there a Spanish group?
No, there was no Spanish people. So that's why I was like, damn, there's no Spanish people. So I'll just join the first group that I see.
Well, and that was the Indian
awesome.
group.
No, I was with the French because I joined their photo, and one of the guys was like, "Bobo, join the Indians." So, okay.
That's wild.
And me and my roommate were just in every single. We just ended up joining every single photo.
That's awesome.
So no one said anything either. They were, when the Indians, they were a bit like, "What are you doing here?"
Well, yeah.
But yeah. So that was the orientation that I
I
had.
can imagine you doing that perfectly.
What kind of like societies or clubs have you joined?
I've joined the International Student Society. I wanted to join. There's like this Formula Student one, but I missed the first day, so then I didn't go. In the end, I didn't join. I'll just join next year. It's okay.
Wait, what is it?
Basically, you can like. This is actually building a real car. Not,
This is probably what you told me about.
yeah,
then.
this is what I told you about.
Okay,
but
wait.
basically, it's so you build like it's called Formula Student because it's a Formula-esque car, and then you race it against other universities in
That's so cool.
Ireland. But yeah, the first day I didn't because I think I had a lesson or something, and one of my friends, he just skipped it and went anyways. So I was like, okay, could have done that, but it's fine.
Okay, wait, but I just want to say, because Gabe ended up joining this thing where he makes cars, but they're like tiny cars, like toy cars, kind of, no?
Yeah, well, it was. I didn't join it. It's part of my course where they gave us like a block of foam and we had to carve it into. Well, you could carve into whatever shape you wanted, but we basically ended up racing them at the end of the year.
That's so cool.
And
But the thing is that, but then
he
he sent me a video, and I was like, Gabe, I thought, because he told me about, basically what I'm realizing now is that Gabe had told, like last year when he was applying, he told me about the Formula One thing. And I assumed that he meant building real cars, which is true,
Yeah, that's true.
because you just said it. And so then when he sent me the video of like the like toy cars racing, I was like, oh, very cool. But Gabe, I thought you meant that you were gonna like build real cars. And then he got like all like not mad, but like in my face about the fact that I like thought it was a real car, but it was.
Yeah, but in the society, there's not many first year students. It's basically all third and fourth year students who actually know what they're doing.
Fair.
You know,
Whatever,
and know how to do all this
misunderstanding.
stuff.
We'll solve this later.
Yeah. Oh, God, you're gonna be annoying.
I joined this jazz a cappella group, which was cool. And that's it for now. Like in Ireland, I was talking to other people who are in Ireland. Our society's more for like obviously the Formula One would be like building the cars.
Yeah.
But like if you join like an international student society, is it more just like parties that you go to meet people?
Yeah, more or less. So with this, they added me to a WhatsApp group, and there they organize parties and like pub crawls as well, which is basically where you go to many different pubs during the night. But they also organize trips and stuff like that, which I've gone to. We've gone to a couple of them. But also the clubs are mostly like basketball, football, and stuff like that.
Okay.
They're not necessarily, but there's all different types. There's like equestrian as well. So it's whatever you want. There's probably a club for you.
Cool.
But
Yeah. The US is similar. There's like a bunch of different kinds of clubs. There's like very academic ones and like really, really goofy ones or like artsy ones and stuff. So yeah, there's pretty much everything.
What kind of career plans do you have in the future?
I don't know.
Too soon to ask?
A little bit. I'm like barely able to choose a major at this point.
You're still like in GCSE stage basically. Right? You're like doing whatever you want. No, I mean, so right now I'm in the level 7 course, which is basically like the easy course because I'm not like Elsa and I didn't get like all A's. And if I get good grades in there, then I can go to the honours. And then from there I'll probably do a master's somewhere, I don't know. And after that, hopefully I'll work in Formula 1, but I don't know, we'll see. It's a bit too early to see what happens.
You will. Say that you will.
I will.
You will. I don't know exactly. But okay, my plan is, the reason why I want to do the double major in bio and theater is because like, that's what I've always most liked. Like, those are the two things I most liked for a long time. And, like, going into my first semester, I was like, I'm going to explore, like, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. I mean, I still did, like, theater and bio. Not bio, I did chem instead. But I realized, like, hold up, like, basically, in conclusion, I still like the things I always liked, which is bio and theater. Like, that's my favorite. And so I want to do the double major because that way I get to keep doing both things, which I really like. Also, I don't know if it would be the same here or not, but, like, I know that over there at least, like, coming out with a double major, like, either path that I might end up choosing, there's skills from the other major that would very much be valued, you know? Like, even if I just did bio, if I then wanted to apply for, like, like, master's in, like, biology, they would totally, like, I would totally be able to sell myself with the skills that I'd gained from doing theater. Like, there's a lot of skills there that, you know, if I hadn't done that, or someone else who hasn't done it just won't have those same skills and won't be able to, like, use that to sell themselves in the same way. So it is, like, beneficial. Sometimes people will be like, well, what's the point? But I'm like, trust, there's a point. So it's partly, because I get to keep doing both things. It is useful in the sense that both will always be useful. And then essentially it just gives me more time to decide which one I want to do, because if I do both and I'm like, well, theater is great, but I don't want to always have the pressure on, like, artistic stuff and prefer to do something like bio and then always do theater on the side, I'll do that. If I end up realizing that theater is, like, my number one passion and bio is cool but is never going to be as good as theater, then I can go that way. But the idea is that I'm going to try and do both, and, like, outside of class also do, like, activities in both areas and then see how it goes.
That's what's good about America, is that if you don't really know what you want, you can kind of just see what you like and do everything.
Yeah, and I can understand liking two completely different subjects, because, like, I do maths, further maths, and history, and that's, like, I love history, but there's no money in history, so I'm gonna, and I also love maths, so that's why I'm gonna study maths, because that's where the money's at.
Fair. For me at least, though, but do you feel like, because for me, like, I could also be like, well, bio's easier, so let's go that way, you know what I mean? Or, like, there's more money there, like, easier to get to the money there, but for me, I've always felt like it's not that, like, oh, there's two things I like, so therefore I'll just choose one and stick with that. It's more like, if I let go of one of them, I'll always feel, like, a little bit empty in a sense, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean, but for me,
fair enough.
But for me, it's, like, not letting go of them, because even if I drop history, I'm just not studying it at school, but I'm still going to be, like, reading books about, like, history or, like, playing video games that are, like, historical, like, I just, like, do a lot more history, but whereas if I drop maths, then I just won't do maths anymore. Like, might do, like, a Sudoku puzzle or something, but that's not the same anymore. And I just can't imagine, like, dropping either of them, but when I'm dropping history, I'm not really letting go of it.
Yeah, that's true.
I guess you can't, it's the same as biology, isn't it? Because you can't really just
a little bit
do biology at home.
But I could see myself, like, I've thought about this. No, but I've thought about this before, and I feel like I could, even if I just didn't want to do theater professionally, I could do biology, and I'm not going to buy a microscope and, like, use it at home. But I don't know, just read articles or, like, implement a lot of things that I've learned from biology in my daily life. Like, I don't know, I think it's, like, there's stuff that sticks with you, and, like, when you really are interested in something, you can find ways to integrate it into your daily life, for sure. I've got a final, very, very important question for you guys. Okay. Do you guys listen to the Sunny Views podcast?
Not much, to be honest. I've listened to a couple of episodes, but I kind of haven't been in touch with it.
So you need to binge listen to them to catch up.
I will say I didn't, like, regularly listen to them, but I remember at one point I was, like, missing school, and I was like, and then I opened my YouTube, or, like, I saw a notification pop in, and it was a podcast, and I was getting ready for bed. And I, like, just put it on and, like, listened to it as I was, like, getting ready, and I was in the bathroom, and it was awesome. Like, it brought me a lot of joy to be able to go and listen to it and watch you guys. It was really cool.
So basically you did the same as me, but you just sold it better, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Fair enough.
Watch and learn, Gabe.
So the theatre coming in, you can sell yourself.
Thank you guys so much for coming.
Thank you for having us.
This was a very good episode. And thank you, everyone, for listening. I hope you enjoyed. And thank you so much. Bye.
That's good.
Cool. Nice.